Hello and welcome to the Awakening Spiritual Gifts broadcast. Always a joy to be here and to connect to all of you. So today we are streaming in a few different places, a couple on Facebook and also on YouTube. So if some places will ask you for permission for the software. So if you don't mind, leave the permission for the StreamYard software. That way we can see your name when you're asking any questions. I always love to be here on these. You are welcome to ask any questions that you have about spiritual gifts arriving, purpose, struggles, blocks, like anything coming up, even general reading. Or we can even discuss really cool topics or just current topics and what's going on and how it's affecting us, the energies of things. Like this is a place that's just a lot of fun where we can be and connect and to talk. So how are you guys doing? Oh, this is so sweet. So yesterday I had a broadcast. I do another one of these type broadcasts in my membership group and the free Facebook group where it's my Awakening Spiritual Gifts Facebook group. And I had to cancel. I'll tell you what happened. It was kind of interesting. I'm actually going to just put this here too. Because if you like these broadcasts, yes, we do these here on the page, the Developing Your Spiritual Gifts page, the Facebook Intuition Gym page, and the YouTube. But we also do an additional one, like I was saying, in our membership group, the Intuition Gym membership group, and even in our free Awakening Intuition Spiritual Gifts and Purpose group, where we have a little more interaction and discussion there. So let me tell you what happened. So thank you, Natalie. This was so thoughtful of you. I hope you're feeling better. Yeah, I still am wrapping my brain. I still haven't figured out what was going on. So yesterday I was feeling fine. I ate lunch. I do know that I have some like onion sensitivities and stuff. So I usually try to avoid certain foods, and I had salsa because I'm also like a huge Mexican food fan. So at first I thought it was just like, oh, I had some salsa with onions. And so I wasn't feeling very good. And then all of a sudden it was like, then I got a headache. Then I started getting a migraine, my blood pressure, my heart, like there was just all this heart stuff. I laid down to try to take care of it. And usually I just thought, oh, it'll just kind of go away. And then it didn't. It just kind of kept getting worse and worse. So it took me a couple hours to start feeling a little better. I love healing tools. Do you guys like what are your favorite? I'd love to know, what are your go-tos if you're not feeling well? I'd love to kind of see. For me, I do, first of all, I check any of like my basic physical needs, right? Like water, checking like any of my supplementation, making sure that like, I go through like the checklist. How's my basic ones, magnesium, potassium, how's my, sleep, my sleeping, if there's any like stress levels, we'll start checking in with that. Then I'll check my emotions. Are there anything underlying there that's going on? And so I was peeling back that. And then I just go through and I have these different, emotional techniques that I release or identify to release and then release. And then I also will go to energetic components. I have things like tuning forks. I have lights. I did meditation. I did a healing meditation, and I usually will do some kind of healing frequency in the music and the sounds. And so I did two of them. I did some like solfeggio ones, and then I did these like a theta, go into theta state in my mind, and I did like a meditation on healing and recovering stuff. So so those are some of my favorites. I'm trying to think what else I do. Oh, I've got a Healy, which is a microcurrent device. I use my essential oils. Like I just went through all of these things. So I just check all the physical, the emotional, the energetic, physical, like it's just kind of like the whole area to catch things. And I also caught some things that were weighing on my heart. And then energetically, there's been some big things going on just even in the planet. Have you guys been feeling some of that? So I'm having to take some additional measures for my heart and for the energies that I pick up, because I just get them. I get a lot. I pick up a lot. And then I just start feeling better. There's still some things that, like I said, I'm sifting through and figuring out. But thank you, Natalie, for saying that. And yes, hi, Amy. I'm so glad you're here live. I love it. And Mitchell, here we go. You love the Intuition Gym. There's so much amazing information there, and it's an amazing group of gifted people. Yeah, you guys, this is my membership group, the Intuition Gym. I'm gonna be real. Like, this is one of the most affordable places I've ever seen to get coaching, weekly interaction. We do our weekly lives. There's also a library vault, like of courses. Plus, we're continuing to content or create new content and add to it. And like he said, there's this amazing group of people. We've got a Facebook group we can discuss. There's all kinds of really cool things. So if you're new here, if you're not familiar with the Intuition Gym, right now it's only $33 a month. I keep saying, I'm like, that price is it's going up. I just have a lot of little to-do list items to update before it does so. As soon as I'm done with that checklist, the price will be going up. But yeah, only $33 a month for all of that. And we do, like I said, like education, we do sessions, we do workshops. Really good. So thanks for that shout out, Mitchell. I appreciate it. And thank you. Yes, I'm continuing to get better. I don't know about you guys, but I think that this is kind of a universal principle. I think that when we have things that we're healing from, or that we go through, or whatever it is, whether it just be something to heal physically or emotionally, or even things to overcome, all they are is opportunities to learn. So thank you, Melissa, for saying I will continue. Yep, I am getting better. But it's an opportunity to learn and to refine at a deeper level. And that's what it feels like. It's like, and here's something else. Martina, here's something else to look at. Because I was like researching and like testing what could it be? Am I low on things? Am I low on iron? Am I low on potassium? Like just magnesium? Do I have a physical something going on? Do I have heart issues, like legit physical ones going on? And so there's some things that I'm still weeding through, but I'm learning. I'm learning and overcoming, and it teaches me. So I love that. Okay, ask away. You guys can ask anytime. I am going to just start with just looking at the energy of the day. I'm curious. I would love to hear how you're doing. How are you guys doing with some of these energies and stuff going on, even in the world? We've got a lot of things going on. We had even some, last week I talked a little bit about some of the fire energy that's coming in. There was some symbolism with like that 8-8 Lionsgate. We talked about that. We talked about some of the fire energy. And that can create contention, but it also can create light and warmth and transformation and change. So there can be the polar sides to that. We also have things going on, like it's fall time. Some kids are going back to school. We have current like world events. There's a lot of stuff just going on. Okay. Yep. Energy is thick. I like the way you describe that, thick and heavy, but I'm good. Okay. Good. Glad to hear. Navigating that well. So I just want to look at the energy of the day. And just in this, if you're new here, if you haven't seen me do this, basically I'm just kind of using some of the way that that my gifts work through empathically feeling things in my body. I get a lot of visuals. I see light and energy with my physical eyes, not just like emanations, but like strands, like there's a spiritual aspect to the sight, and that's kind of the symbolism and how it deciphers what I see. But there's also almost like a photon, like just the light and emanation and strands and stuff that comes up. And I just use those and to kind of see what's going on, and then use some of the symbolic spiritual side to kind of decipher what it is that I'm seeing. So let's look at the energy here. Ooh. Oh my goodness. For lack of better words, it looks like there's this energy almost of like a drum, like it's going like just this in and more intense energy that's coming in, like a drum beat, where it's just kind of like boom, boom, boom. It feels like it's also got, um, so it's intense, but it's not meant to just knock you down and like, oh, I'm getting smacked around. That's not the intention of this. There's kind of a message pattern in it. And it's almost like it feels like things are uh, coming in, like these messages are coming in, just yelling louder and louder, louder to get our attention. Boom, like pay attention. Here's what I'm trying to tell you. It's like, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Like I just keep hearing that. It's like, just wake up, wake up, wake up. And it's just getting louder, like almost screaming of things like, wake up to truth, wake up, wake yourself up. It's more even just like, not even just wake up to truth. It's like, wake up in here, wake up your heart, wake up your mind, wake up your eyes, wake up and see things. Oh my gosh, it is intense. It almost feels like shaking you awake, going, oh, wake up. Like, whoo, okay. Whew. That could be some of the breathing stuff I've been feeling too. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay, let's take a deep breath, shall we? Okay. Yeah, because it can get intense. Because I'm also hearing sobs. I'm feeling some crying. I'm feeling like a lot of the emotions of what's going on. The desperation, the crying out. Like there's a lot of really intense things that are coming up as well with this. Let's look kind of beyond just the intensity and let's see what else is coming in. Hmm. I'm seeing rain, but it almost looks like tears. Like the rain, I mean, well, raindrops kind of look like that anyway, like the little teardrops, but it just looks like this rain and it just feels like this letdown of emotions and release and to um, you know, when something gets so hard, you're almost pushed to the point of surrender, like you just are kind of dropping to your knees and you're at that place of surrender. That can be kind of difficult, but that's kind of what's coming in. Is it's this coming in so intensely, so just surrender it. And these tears and this rain that I'm seeing is serving as a witness. It's like I'm seeing those teardrops go into the earth, into the ground, and it's serving as a witness for what we're experiencing and for the pains and for whatever it is. I'm almost hearing like the sins of the generations. So kind of coming to my head. Um, yeah, it's kind of just bringing it to the knees. And so let's just drop that. Let's surrender. Let's drop it all down, and it'll serve as a witness and and to free you to go into the next phase, into the next step. Wow, this is crazy. Okay, so I'm just even going to acknowledge a lot of even what I've been feeling is some of this collective. Because as I'm acknowledging and verbalizing this, I haven't done an energy read since yesterday. Well, obviously since yesterday when I wasn't feeling well, and I was definitely picking up some of this collective because it's lifting as even as I talk about it. So yes, let's take a big deep breath. Oh, Melissa, I love this. Are you in my head and heart? Yeah, you guys, we're all connected. And then April, you said, I've been feeling this all week. Amy's been feeling this. I get the wake up part. Natalie says, I've totally been feeling this. Okay, I love it. Um, yeah, isn't this just kind of like validating in a way, even just to know? I'm gonna adjust my camera, like to know that you guys were not alone and some of these things, like it's so nice to know, oh, here's what we're individually feeling, but here's what we're experiencing as a collective. And not just collective like we're part of the I wanted to say the Star Trek, like Borg. Did you guys ever watch Star Trek? My dad watched Star Trek. I was kind of a Trekkie when I was younger, watched them all with him. But it's like they just kind of plug into this collective. It's like, no, we're not talking like a boring old collective. I'm talking like linked arms. We are brothers. We are sisters. We are together. We are, um, we are one in the same. Like when one is hurting, we're all hurting, right? And so that's kind of a beautiful thing. Um, oh my goodness. And Stephanie is feeling it too. I've been feeling it too. Monday was awful. I had to end up writing off the day. It's sitting. I may have done that too on Monday. I don't know. could have. Yes. Yeah, you guys are not alone in this. But I love to just know that it's that we're feeling it together and that um you're not alone. You're absolutely not alone. Okay, let's go to some of these questions we got here. I'll go to I pulled this up here first, and then we'll go back up to another one that we got. Melissa, I want to just come back to your comment. You said, I feel like this was for me. Are you in my head and heart? I just love that. May I have a general read? Yes, you may have a general read. Let's see what's coming up for you. Kate, the first thing that just immediately the energy is drawing to is your heart. You definitely have this beautiful, sorry, I was bumping my computer as I was writing. You have a very beautiful, like, compassionate heart. Like I see these beautiful desires and like where they're, where it's just like you just want people to be happy and to feel good. And it's just this, like I said, compassionate heart. It's just like your deepest desire is for people to have joy and health and peace and just like all those really just basic, just like foundational, not even just basic, but like foundational things of just like you just want people to have joy, happiness, joy. What did I say? Peace, joy, and like health. You just want people to feel good and to be happy. And I see that there are things that come in. They look like little strands. They look like almost like little red needles, like wiggly needles that kind of prick your heart and sting your heart. And it's just things like as you go about your day and your life, if there's people that are not getting along, if there's people that are hurting, it's just like, just it stings your heart a little bit. Because you desire so much goodness for other people. And I also see like question energy, which is just like an automatic like an automatic thing in your head. It's like, how can I help them? How can I help them? And it's just beautiful. It's just, how can I help them? And interestingly enough, I also see that you might have some things on your plate that's kind of keeping you a little busy. And so there's a feeling of maybe like perhaps you're feeling a little guilty, like you're not able to serve and to help as much as you would like to. And I just want to just like let you know this. And this also feels like a good message for more than just you. So I'm grateful to you that you're here, Melissa. And this is a reminder that sometimes just working on yourself is a way that you're serving others. And I know that sounds so strange because you're like, oh no, I'm being selfish. I got to work on myself. But it's true. When you're working on yourself, then you're healing. You're sending out those frequencies of love and healing and health. You are also restoring your cup so that you are more full, so that you can serve in greater capacities. And I just want to just almost say, like, I don't know what your beliefs are, like your religious or spiritual beliefs, but I feel like I've got to mention this because it feels like I just want to tell you that the Lord knows your heart. He knows what you would do if you could. So it's, even though maybe you're not able to do as much as you can, just the Lord looketh upon the heart and he sees yours. And so I just wanted to let you know that it feels like that might be a personal message to you. It's like, I just want to do everything I can, Lord. And it's like he's saying, look, no, I see your heart. I see your heart. You're doing good. So let me know how that resonates, Melissa. I always love to hear how that was for you. And let's come back here. I always love this name, my dear. La Mariana Divina, if I said that right. La Mariana, did I say that? Can you please give me a reading about relationship with my light worker friend in our past lives in this incarnation? I'm just gonna do I obviously, like, hold on, I'm gonna just take this off. For privacy reasons, I don't go look at someone else's energy without their permission. That's one thing I learned. Like when my site first opened up, man, I saw everyone and everything, and it was overwhelming, and I didn't have their permission. And it wasn't my place. And so I really put up some things here to only look at what the permission gives me, or just like the basic Um, like, oh, they're wearing a black shirt, or whatever. Like I try to just do that. Like there's some basic things just like we naturally pick up, but I won't go in depth into their energy, but I'm just gonna kind of look at you and the energy conversation between you, if that makes sense. All right, so let's look here. Okay, first and foremost, like this like came in immediately, and it was something like, what do you have to let go of? It's almost like, can you just let go of it, or let go of something here that it's just time to release. Just let it go. Um, if it's kept, because I am seeing this energy, and it's like trying to climb up. Um, I almost want to decide just describe the colors and everything, but I'll just kind of keep it simple here. It's like wanting to come up, and it is a little stifling and smothering. And it feels like if you let it go, there's more expansiveness in the breath, there's more freedom, there's more peace. And it feels like something about this, if there's something that you're holding on to and not letting go of it, then it could smother or stifle you, or make it feel like you're getting claustrophobic and feeling like you can't breathe. So I don't know what that would be for you. I'm going to just let you ponder that. But there's something in this situation that I would say to let go, to just let go. And I don't know what the relationships, like, it feels like just, hmm, um, sorry, just definitely something to let go of. And then also, I just want to just say one other thing on this letting go is sometimes things, you can shelf things. Sometimes you don't have to understand all the things. And what I mean by that is sometimes we are incapable in our human position to understand bigger pictures. And when we try to define it with our human mind, and it can also open us up to influences from other sources that are going to try to give us all the answers, but all those answers may not necessarily be correct. So sometimes it's also very freeing to just let those things go, to shelf those things. You don't have to understand it all, and in fact, you cannot understand it all. And honestly, it's a pitfall that we can often fall into, me included, when we want to follow down these rabbit holes and just be like, well, I don't want to know all the answers in this particular thing, and we just cannot get all those answers, or we get the answers, but because we're in our finite mortal place at this moment, then we just understand a portion of it, and it actually can bring us, I see this a lot with light workers and with people that are in the light and seeking light, that they actually get tangled up in more. They actually, in their quest for more truth and light, actually find themselves feeling like they're in more bondage and more confusion. So, and that is just, what can happen when we don't let some things go, or are not willing to just shelf some things and just know that we don't have to understand it all, know it all, whatever it is that is coming. It's just like, let's just, I have so many things. I just say shelf them, but got like a whole library of shelves that I'm like, I don't understand on this piece, and I'm okay to not dive into it anymore, because it brings me, like, feel the emotions and feel that energy. If it starts to feel confusing and rigid and feeling like you're getting lost on the path to learn something, that is an indicator that perhaps it's time to just see, you know what, I don't have to know all the pieces of this, and I'm going to let it go, and surrender that. So anyway, let me know on that, my dear. Um, let me know on that. Sending love with what you're working through there. Okay, let's go to, okay, I'm just catching up on the comments. When I go up in my stuff, I'm like, I gotta read this. Okay, Amy, let's go to you, my dear. And I'm just gonna try to get to as many as we can here. Okay, Amy, let's go to you. Since this is exciting, you're able to catch us live. And then I also, oh, that reminded me, I did have somebody who messaged in, and so I'm going to get to that one too. I'll just have that one be the last one of the day. Okay, Amy, let's go to you and let's see. Okay, so Amy, I'm seeing some really fun energies coming through, especially in your mind, and they're coming in almost like paths. Like this energy is um it comes in, it moves through you, and there's a couple of them, and the way that it's almost organized or traveling in that linear path through your mind is telling me that and it's also kind of coming out of your eyes. Oh, sorry, my finger went in my hair. But it's like, how do I describe this? It's almost like you're being shown and being taught that there are very clear paths to follow. The way that it's coming in so structured in these things is also really illustrating the fact that it's things that like perhaps you're seeing in the world, seeing that people are going through, seeing things around you, and you're being taught, just do this. Here's a path to take. Do this path and it will work out. Do this and it's going to be better for you. So, really cool that I'm seeing here. But now here's the interesting thing. If you don't have an expression or an outlet for that, then it can start to feel frustrating. It could feel like agitating in your system. It could also feel like this is funny. If you're trying to be like, no, I got to be nice. I feel like I really want to be nice. The way that these structured things are coming into your mind and the things that you're being taught and shown could feel like they're judgmental, right? Just by nature of them having this structure to it. So I bet you could be questioning some of these things like, ooh, no, I don't want to say that, or I don't want to think that. That feels very rigid and that feels very judgmental. But in reality, some of these things are actually a gift to you. And perhaps there is a time and a place that you are going to be asked to speak into this. Something may be like an opportunity if you see something that just like frankly like it's not part of these paths and it just feels wrong, something about this situation or whatever it is for you, this feels wrong, this goes against these paths that I'm seeing, and then it's like, but you may be asked to speak up, to be a voice of reason, to be a voice of light, a voice of truth, right? There's a reason why there's a sword of truth. The sword can divide. It's like all those scriptures, right? To the dividing asunder, it can just slice down. And sometimes those swords of truth and the words of truth are not going to be all warm and cozy and fuzzy and oh, that feels so good to hear. Sometimes truth can pierce. And so the key there then is delivery. And this is what I'm always say. If you've watched my broadcast before and I've talked about delivering truth, I'll repeat it again here. But the way to deliver sometimes those piercing truths, or like this energy for you, Amy, where I'm seeing just like you're being taught and shown these paths to truth and like the the structure, a correct course, if you will. But the way to deliver it is to one, check yourself, making sure that you are filled with, like, you're delivering it with love. It can be piercing and you can have love, and as long as you have the Holy Spirit with you. And the imagery that I get here is the scene from Princess Bride where um the Mad Max, the little Max guy. They bring in Wesley, and he's been electrocuted, right? He's mostly dead, and then he makes the little pill to bring him back to life. And so you get the pill, and then Mad Max coats it in chocolate. Okay, so I kind of just picture this: piercing truth is the inside. The chocolate to help it go down more is love. So when you're like, hey, I love you, and you're just, even if you don't say it, but if you energetically wrap it in love, and then let the spirit be the one that's knocking on their door and being like, here, we got this truth, this chocolate wrapped in, truth wrapped in chocolate. And the spirit is a deliverer, then it can be received more because they're going to feel that love, and the spirit can fill in the gaps that you aren't. So I hope that imagery helps you, because I feel like you got some truth to be delivered, my dear. Some truth to come out. So love it. Okay, Marissa, let's go to you, my dear. I've been struggling lately too. Yes, I know you're not alone on that. Sending you love. Okay, I was hoping to get some insight into my purpose. I feel like I have no direction and I'm struggling to get answers to that or to other pressing questions like where I'm supposed to move, etc. It's really interesting. I've had a few people lately that are moving and wondering where to move. They just know they're going to move or they have ideas on where to move. So let's see what comes up for you on your energy. Okay, let's see here. So there's kind of a few questions here. Insight into my purpose, no direction. So I'm just gonna like look at your energy and see what is loudest and what comes up the first. Comes up first and foremost here. Okay, so okay, so the first thing I'm seeing, I'm trying to set up a little higher so you can see me here. Okay, one of the first things I'm seeing is your heart and the energy of your heart. So I'm seeing your heart here, and then behind the scenes is like where I'm seeing you and like the core parts of your heart, but it's behind it. It's not visible. Um, some things that you may want to do right now is just to explore your heart. Start to really start sifting through. What do I love doing? Who do I like to work with? What brings me joy? What sparks that excitement in me? What pieces of yourself have you forgotten? What parts of your heart have you suppressed or hidden? What have you been told that you had to do or be? And it may be hindering you. Like, what is it that you really want? Like, I just really just dive in and just really listen to your heart. And it's going to feel a little difficult to do at times, like I said, because it's hidden, it's kind of behind the scenes. So you may have to just get really still sometimes and really listen. You may actually be able to get clues for things about your heart based on things you don't want, right? Like these are some of our best teachers. So let's say you say yes to something when you really wanted to say no. Okay, so maybe there's some kind of boundary thing. You said yes, you didn't want to say it. You didn't want to say yes, but you said yes anyway, and you didn't know that you didn't want to do it until you get that twinge of like, something's not right inside me. Okay, that's going to be a clue. Why didn't you want to say yes? And then you have an opportunity to actually say, maybe go and actually say no and say, you know what, that's not going to work for me. I love you. I would love to, but I'm not able to. And speak into that. When you listen to your heart and when you take action steps, it's going to expand it out more and you're going to learn even more. Your heart is going to start opening and you're going to be able to hear it more. You're going to be able to feel it more. You're going to feel when it's being violated. You're going to feel when it's being scrunched in and suppressed. So I would definitely start following more aspects of the heart. Your heart is going to guide you to purpose. Okay, we don't all just have, wake up one morning and go, oh, here's my purpose, ta-da! And you have all the pieces, all you would ever need to ever know about your purpose. It just doesn't work like that. Like we wish it does, but it usually is more like breadcrumb trail. And even when you get maybe you get an inkling of like a big picture of what it may look like, what that purpose would look like on a day-to-day basis can be more micro and smaller. So I feel like just opening up and listening to that heart is going to be able to open up the intuition, to discover more of your purpose. You're going to be able to feel and get your answers more. Where are you supposed to move? Follow that heart. Is it expansive? Does it open up? Does it pull when you pull towards something or somewhere, or does it make you kind of retract? I also kind of feel like it's tricky because sometimes our heart doesn't have all the words and all the information, and I feel like the brain sometimes is trying to understand things and think through things and weigh all the pros and cons and think through it so too much. And so it really is a matter of like, let's lean into the heart and feel that. There's a place though, right? Like we have our mind for the checks and balance, but I would check your heart first. So let me know on that. I would love to hear how that is matching for you, Marissa. Let me know how that's resonating. Huh. And you're not alone. Look right here on the recording. We got April. I'm moving too. Yep, you are. And then like I've had, I think I got like two others recently in the last week or two. So I love that. Oh, and I love this. Melissa, thank you for giving me feedback. I always love the feedback after readings. And I love that. Okay. You are so welcome. And I do. I love that line too. I think that the line about serving yourself is in a way serving others. I think that's a great reminder for all of us, especially about the when you got when we've got big images and ideals of how we'd like to show up, and then we're faced with mortal limitations, right? Yeah. Okay, let's see here. We've got Stephanie. Let's look at you. We'll do you, and I'm just going through the all the comments here really fast. I love how the comments pull in from all the sources, but sometimes it's gotta catch up. Okay. Okay, Stephanie, let's go to you, my dear. Let's do a general read for you. Okay. I'm seeing a little bit of this heavy energy coming in, kind of smashing down on you, especially kind of weighing heavy on the mind and even on the eyes. It feels like maybe you've been facing some discouragement lately, things that are just feeling a little like, oh, like just down, a little discouraging. Um, it feels like maybe you had some high hopes for something in your mind and you were let down. Um, there's something here connected with your mouth and being able to speak into it. So I don't know if you've verbalized that enough or if you have to verbalize more of it. But let me just look really fast at this energy here from into your mouth. Okay, so I'm seeing like the mind, which is really our minds are such beautiful gifts, right? We can really kind of pull us out of dark places with it. But there's also a place where we have to honor and um ignite it's like we want to feel sorry, words are hard sometimes. Okay, this energy. Okay, so we want to like honor and like honor what we're feeling, but then not dwell too much on it to the point that we're creating more of what we don't want. Does that make sense? That's I had to like back out of the energy of it to find the words. It's kind of like the left brain, right brain. If you go too far this way, it's like you're losing track of the left brain, which holds all the words and the verbal communication. Yeah, I got lost in the imagery of it. But the and so this is like you've got some of these things that are weighing down on you, and I love the way that your mind is trying to counter it and be like, well, let me just explain what happened. Let's just understand it. Let's just not dwell on it. But it's wanting to have more expression. So whatever this looks like, whether it be a journaling, whether it be talking, whether it be having a conversation with an invisible person in your car, whether you're pouring your heart and soul out to God, it feels like there's certain things that still are asking to be expressed and to honor. Like, yeah, that was discouraging. And don't try to dismiss it like it's like nothing, like, oh, come on, it's not a big deal. Because for some reason it is a big deal for you to have some of that being processed and expressed. Um and and I'm seeing also this is kind of fun. This is just kind of a very thoughtfulness. This is almost a gift of yours, where it's like I see kind of a thoughtfulness that comes through and wants to come through your mouth and when you communicate. It's like I see your words wanting to come out in a very like structured and thoughtful way. So it's very clearly understood and clearly expressed. So that's just a beautiful gift for you. Um, And with every gift comes both the light and the shadow. So sometimes it could be a beautiful gift to express in that way. And sometimes it could also create too much structure and make it feel like it's not able to come out in its raw, messy, emotional way. So I'll let you kind of look at that and see what type of expression your subconscious and your mind, whatever this is, it's weighing down on you. What does it have to how are you supposed to express it right now? And what things are you supposed to express? Maybe to people, you express more thoughtfully, but to yourself and your processing of it all, let it come out in a more open, fluid, less structured way. So let me know on that. Sending you love with whatever it is that you're facing in working through this time. So lots of love, and let me know how it resonates. Love it. I always love to hear it. Okay, let's go to, oh, Jennifer, let's go to you. This is cool. 3 months into my first ever spiritual awakening. Exciting. Took my first medium course last night. Open to receive a reading if you're drawn. Much light, love, and light to you. Now let's see what comes up for you today. Okay, this is kind of interesting. So I just had the word discernment kind of come up really big. This is a really exciting place that you're entering into. Like this is expansive. It's like you can enter into this phase where you just feel like a sponge and you just want to learn, 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 absorb, absorb, absorb. And there's a lot of things that are filled with light. And I feel like I just want to share with you a scale of light. Okay. And I don't know what your like spiritual, whatever beliefs are. So I'm just going to kind of speak in it with my languaging and you can match to how it is for you. But okay. So I call this the scale of light. Okay. So on one side, 100% light would be like the purest, like God energy, like it is, there is no darkness in it whatsoever. It is 100% the purest possible. And then on the opposite spectrum, there's zero, right? Totally void of light and it's dark. Okay, oftentimes on our journey, especially as we're awakening to things, sometimes people get in this little mindset of, oh, that's light or dark, that's good, that's bad. And that type of thinking sometimes can when you bump into something that's light, we might want to take it all in and go, ooh, then this is all good and all light. But the scale of light is zero, like I just picture 0 to 100. Okay, so on our awakening process, when we're like at, let's say you are at, yes, I love, oh, okay, Christ light. Yeah, that's what I would describe as 100% too. So let's say when we're just going about our everyday life, let's just say we're just living at about 50%. Okay. That's like the movies we watch, the thoughts we think, the emotions we have, the DNA, the genetic, the memories that are in our body, the ancestry, the traditions that are taught to us, our society, things around us, the energies, like whatever can influence this scale of light in these percentages. So let's just say we're operating about 50%. Okay. Then also you're going through your awakening. And it's really cool to have experiences where it's like breadcrumb trails. Like you talk to this person and go take this course, read this book, have this spiritual experience, right? Those are like breadcrumb trails. But what you may discover is that maybe some things that you're being led to discover, led to learn, maybe you find a book or a course or something, you take it, and let's say it's 60% light, but there could be 40% that maybe not 100% aligned. But you can still benefit from that piece of light, but just not all of it is for you. So I love to, like when you say Christ light, I love to picture looking and learning at things and I'm dumping them on a table and picturing like the light of Christ, like shining on this table and helping me sift and discern and pick out. There's lots of things I pick out, like maybe one strand of truth that I needed, and then I let the rest go. And then as you continue on this path, there are going to be certain things that you're like, oh my gosh, this has been amazing. And then as you keep evolving and you look back, it actually could be worse for you. there's some modalities that I've seen and that I even learned that I felt totally drawn to learn. And then it was like, yes, totally expanded me. And then all of a sudden it got to the point, and then like the spirit taught me, now let go of that, because now there are strands of darkness in that, that it's actually going to drop your frequency, right? So all of a sudden, if you're drawn and you're now at like 80%, and there's something that is 70%, if you continued with certain things, it's going to drop your light. So I kind of feel like this just discernment piece for you is just to be really aware, learn and absorb, but also, don't take the whole, sometimes it's like you don't want to take it all in, because there might still be some strands of not great. Um, oh, maybe. So I love that you just did this. So I just felt like that was a really key piece. There's also a couple things, since you're new here, I just want to share with you guys. Um, I have got a couple different free just classes available. Um, there's two. I've got this one called How to Deepen Mastery of Your Spiritual Senses. And this is where um, it goes through your 10 spiritual senses. And we even talk about your intuitive personality type. So you can just go to theintuitiongym.com /senses for that one. And it's just a really meaty training. And it just talks about all the ways, some of the ways that you receive these spiritual senses, I've never seen taught anywhere else, because they're based on what I've seen in the patterns. And then, since you are in this mode of awakening, there's another free training on the same, on the intuitiongym.com. You can actually just do /freebies, or just go to intuitiongym.com. You can find the freebies, and it's there as well. Navigating the challenges of an awakening, because it's an exciting time. It's leveling up. But just like every pattern, there's the spring, the summer, the growth, decay. We've got our spring, summer, fall, and winter. So there's challenges that come with it, as well as exciting leveling up. And we cover like the cycle of ascension. So really cool, fun trainings on there. And if you stay till the end, I think there's actually might even be some codes. So yes, lots of free trainings there. I would love to just share those for whoever's new and could benefit from them. But if you didn't get all those links, you could literally just go to theintuitiongym.com and be able to find them there on the freebies. So, okay, I love it. I see the last thing I'm kind of wanting to share with you. So the discernment thing was key and peace, and I'm seeing yeah, your energy just looks very, I'm seeing, this kind of sounds funny. It's almost like I'm seeing a pink rose, like a flower that's really soft and kind of supple and just opening and blossoming. So it's very beautiful. It's very ripe and ready to open, to explore, and to learn. But then that also can also bring vulnerabilities. And that's, I think, where the discernment is really key. In the Intuition Gym membership, we actually just did a quest for truth, and it was 6 weeks, or actually 40 days, because 40 days of journey is really symbolic and really powerful. But we did a 40-day quest for truth, and we went through the pillars of discernment, the 4 pillars of discernment, and how to sift, how to identify, how to not be deceived. Like, we did a full 40 days, and it's got like 7, and then plus there was an intro webinar. So I think there's 7 different trainings on that alone in the Intuition Gym membership. So again, like, not to plug too many things there, but it's only $33 a month. And you can go through the whole course. Like, we've got a whole library of courses. We have weekly coaching. Like, the membership is so affordable for the value. We have our community. We have our monthly sessions. We've got our monthly workshops. Like, I mean, seriously, if you're wanting to develop your gifts and your abilities and really get knowledge and work with me in like an amazing community doing the same thing, I totally invite anyone to just join us at the Intuition Gym. And that quest for truth was really fun. We just finished that one. We've had a quest for purpose, a quest for truth, and there's all kinds of classes: intuition masterclass, powerful empath. There's different techniques, and we're going to be adding in more and more content. I got another content cluster of stuff coming in pretty soon here too. So Anyway, just wanted to drop that for anyone who's interested. And you are so welcome. I love to hear how it resonates. Okay, so we're gonna do. I had so another question here about this is more of like a physical thing to look at her body with, oh my goodness, this word, hyperaldosteronism. Basically, it's just an issue, and it can also kind of block the body's ability, or that it doesn't allow the body to keep as much potassium. So it just causes a lot of problems like sleeping, peeing all the time, high blood pressure. It just has a lot of problems there. So let's look at your physical body and see. Oh, and I love this, Natalie. Thank you. Yes, Natalie is in the Intuition Gym. Natalie was actually one of our first founding members when we launched it the end of last year. And it's been so fun to see you just rise and shine, Natalie. It's so awesome. So awesome. Okay, so going back, let's look at this physical body stuff here on this. Okay, so I'm getting a couple different images here. Um, so there's something, it's kind of confusing imagery that I'm seeing. I'm seeing like a little girl like trying to hold in her pee and like not let anybody know. And there's like a little bit of shame, like I'm holding it and I don't want anybody to know. Um, and so I'm feeling like there's something about shame with your body, or inconveniencing others based on your needs. I'm also sensing that there could have also been some which it's interesting how I am seeing a little bit of like the second chakra kind of, maybe there's some sexual trauma, but it's more than just that. It's like there's a little bit of strands down in that region, in that area, but it's also coming up more in like I said, like kidneys. um what is the, oh my goodness, I'm seeing like the little organ. What is the one that does like insulin and stuff? I Anybody want to help me out on that? Starts with a P. It's an organ. Anyway, I don't know why that word just left me, but I'm seeing something there, like little strands coming up into the midsection, and just there's this overwhelming between like not quite up into the heart, but in a way a heart. So I just say the second through the fourth chakras, the second, third, and fourth, just that region. It feels like a little bit of tingling, little bit of shame, and like hide, and oh, I just want to like pull away from it, and also to not fully um, claiming what is yours to receive. And what I mean by that is that energy of like, ooh, let me pull away from it. It can also make you pull away from the things that are good for you. Right? If there's traumas and there's things that are pulling you back, then you're not going to fully step into feeling the pleasures in your body, feeling how good it feels. You're not going to take what it needs and absorb all the potassium. And, oh, I need this. Ooh, yep, I'm going to give myself that. Oh, this feels good. I'm going to experience pleasure. Like all of those things are kind of strands on the same. So I would start to maybe look at that with the body and see what things. And I know you sent it in the you emailed it to me, so I'm just going to keep it anonymous here, but I know you, and I know you are very intuitive, and you'll be able to kind of like pick up things. What is it that you can release? Is it what shame, what things are making you hide? And two, how can you step in and allow yourself to receive more of the good, more of the pleasures, more of the things that you deserve to receive as a child of God that has been given a body, and we were sent here to also have experiences and to experience joy. And like pancreas, thank you everyone. I love, I just read all these comments. Yes, thank you guys. The pancreas is insulin, so there's also some strands there with pancreas. Maybe there's some insulin resistance, like you said. There's the hypertension. Like it's just kind of like that whole second through fourth chakra. So Yes, great thing. And I actually feel like there's more on here that can also benefit from that, or those that are going to watch the replay. Because how many of us have those situations and those same kind of experiences that maybe put ourselves last? Oh, I don't deserve to feel this. Oh, just like even that little imagery of the little girl having to hold her pee. Oh, I have a need. I have something I got to take care of, but oh no, no, I'm just going to hold it, take care of everybody else, let everybody else have what they need, and you're not taking care of what you need to do, whether it be to relieve yourself, in that sense, but then also to experience pleasure. Let me have everybody else just taken care of and not myself. So that is a great reminder for all of us. And that's a beautiful thing to end on. So I just want to thank you guys for being here. Um, I really love having this opportunity to connect with you, to serve you, to love on you. And hopefully, like I said, there's all those freebies. If you guys want any other additional resources, theintuitiongym.com. And if you're really wanting some extra coaching, if you want to really take it up a notch and you're at that place and you're ready, and if it resonates, I would love to have you in the Intuition Gym as a member, or at least in our community, our free Facebook group, so we can just connect more. So anyway, love you all. Thanks for being here and have a beautiful day.